And so I says to him, I says, "That's not even a recording. That's my wife." How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
Hello.
Who's that?
What up? A mystery voice.
Whoa, so surprising.
Guys, welcome to another riveting episode of the Player Power Podcast here today. How's it going?
It's going good. It's season 2. It's episode 6. I knew the number this time. And
I saw you check your notes.
This is gonna be a nice kind of a nice loosey-goosey episode, I think.
I think this is kind of freestyle. We're kind of spitballing it.
You know, we haven't had a nice just me and you, just the boys just talking to each other in a while. We're just going to be discussing a couple things.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
I kind of it's an interesting time in the gaming world. It's all about fighting games right now. Fighting games and some interesting Nintendo news.
Yeah.
That Nintendo seems to be always having interesting news. So we kind of want to talk about that and reflect on things.
Yeah, just had the Direct, so we'll talk about some Direct news. We're gonna be talking about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
It's
easy for me to say.
See, oh my god, I saw NASB, then the SAB. Yeah, or the super. I can't even say it. NASB. Dude, NASB. It's NASB.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But before we get into those topics, what do we got to do?
We totally have to thank our sponsor, Coinbase. Sorry, I've been watching too much of the yard. We need to go to the homework games.
Yes.
And give us a good old update on the games in between the podcast. I believe. Did I go first last time? Or did you
I don't know. I just re-listened to the episode and I don't remember.
I actually listened to it maybe like a week and a half ago. At least I was listening to like the first 20 minutes. I usually get to about 20 minutes in before I end up being at work and then I do something else.
I want to say I went first actually. So why don't you go first? I think you actually might have,
yeah. You're right. All right. So for my homework game, definitely Celeste has hit the grind stage for me. I have some good news. Corey actually witnessed it live on my stream during one of my tournaments that I won. Corey was there. I was literally stuck on this one part of the Crystal Temple B-side for I'm not even kidding, guys, probably for maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes of constant dying in total. I'll just over and over and over, I would pick up freaking Theo in the stupid crystal and I would yeet him over and he would bounce on a spring, but I wasn't allowed to bounce on the spring. And I would boost, get a diamond to boost more, grab him again in the air, and keep juggling him essentially in the air. And I just always kept barely missing. And then in between tournament sets of my of Wombat Wednesdays, I literally just got it on my 4th try and pogged off. I was so happy.
Yeah, it was dope.
And got through it was literally one of the last parts of the stupid B-side too. I was so close to being done, but I finally got that done. I found the next. I kind of slowly now, starting from the beginning of the game and just finding all the strawberries. So I almost have all the strawberries in the second world now. I definitely have to find, there's 2 I'm missing, and they're in the very end of where all of the Battlelands are chasing you. They're mimicking your moves. So I need to figure out where the heck the secret is within that, because it's just annoying because they're always pressing you. So I'll have to figure all that out. But I'm looking forward to it. The game has been super fun. I've definitely died a lot. I don't regret any of it. The game, I love the challenge. I'm at that point now where if I lose too many times in a row, I'm just I really want to just play something else right now. God damn it. And I just take my break and I come back at a different time. It's been a really good in between tournament game, which is nice right now. So
yeah, definitely.
That's been very helpful.
Give it a few tries in between while you're waiting. That's one where it's just you're gonna have to get used to dying. It's a good thing that it's so the only thing that sucks is if it's, and you're going to start to see a lot more of these when, in these B-sides and especially in the C-sides, you're going to start seeing ones where it's just the screen is just way too long. So like you'll get like 60% of the way through and die, and you're like, I can't do it all over. And it's just that's that over and over and over.
Horrible.
It's brutal, but it's so satisfying.
But I mean, like I'm definitely looking forward to it. Depending on how fast you start going through Chrono Trigger, I might have to genuinely look up a couple things just so I beat it at a decent pace, and it's just going to be more objective. But I'm trying as hard as I can. I haven't looked up a single thing for this goddamn game yet. It's so many times my YouTube has recommended me the task speed run of Celeste from like 2 or 3 years ago, and I really want to watch it now because it's all strawberries. I'm sure it's nuts if it's TAS, but like I've been so close. I remember like one night, maybe like a month ago, a podcast episode ago, I could have told you this and I just didn't. I kept it aside. It was like 2 a.m. and I was like eating ice cream or some random garbage on my day off. And I remember I literally was like, fuck it. I'm just going to watch this video right now. Cause I always, I really want to see it. And I clicked on it and it was just like the beginning of a GQ. And like they're all talking about the stuff and they're getting everything set up.
Yeah.
And I literally just had this wave of guilt wash over me, and I was like, Corey's gonna be so mad if I do this, and I just backed out after 30 seconds, like before they even like press start yet. I was like, I can't do it, and I ran away.
You can see, like, I don't care if you look up like where some of the like, because you're gonna have to find, I don't remember what you have to collect to get all the shit. Mm-hmm. Like strawberries are completely, you don't even really get anything for that, but like,
but you said you wanted me to collect all of them, so I'm gonna collect all of them.
I didn't say that. I said you didn't have to.
You? I thought you told me to collect all of them. I know you wanted me to do all the B side and C side, and I thought you wanted me to collect all the strawberries.
Just B and C side. The strawberries, I got all the strawberries. I didn't even try the golden ones. I don't think you've unlocked the golden ones yet, but
there's golden strawberries.
The golden strawberries are like, they show up at the beginning of the level, and you have to go through the entire level without dying. Once.
Oh, that sucks.
And if you die, you start right back where you got the golden strawberry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
I haven't even tried.
I want to do that too.
I haven't even bothered. But just like, if you want to look up where to get like some of the crystal hearts or whatever, like, it's fine. I would just rather you don't like look up solutions of how to do certain rooms,
Oh, I see. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I almost still don't want to, though. I've gone so far now without seeing.
That's fair.
Anything crazy.
It's doable. So they do a really good job of like, because don't they tell you like where in the level you missed it, so you know where to go back to.
Yeah, exactly. So I know, like, I just have to kind of search bit by bit. This is just a random throwback to a previous episode of us first doing this, of this homework game session, but I'm still blown away that I accidentally did the crystal heart for the first level.
That's nuts.
Literally was like frustrated and dashed around and it unlocked, and I was like, I don't know what I did. And then like I looked at it, that was actually it. So I looked that up technically like afterwards because I didn't know what I did. And then somebody said like dash in like the order of it, and I was like, oh. And I literally just dashed around that little pit. But like, so I've been like trying to do things like that everywhere, but like it doesn't clearly make sense. Like that was just a one-time thing, it seems. Mm-hmm. So, but overall, fun game.
Hell yeah. So my homework game has been Chrono Trigger. I've actually been playing it, so that's good. When I last left off, like I did the thing that the game is centered around. I went back in time.
Yeah.
And then Marl was posing as the queen, and then she disappeared. So Luca did her nice little explanation of like, she's descended from the queen. So because they called off the search for the queen, she was never born. So like we had to go rescue the queen. I did that. I went over to the church or the monastery or whatever, where all those monster guys were. That was basically like the first, what seems like dungeon type thing in the game, where it's basically just a place filled with treasures and enemies, and there's a big boss at the end. So I fought that big boss, rescued the actual queen, got Frog, I named him Ryan, like I said I would.
Yes, I have the best theme song in the game. He's so dope, dude. His big ass fist when he wins, dude. He just fucking flexes the muscles, dude. He's a beast.
So we rescued the queen and then went back, and then Marl reappeared, and like Frog was like, oh, I let the queen down by letting her get captured. I'm gonna go bounce. And then he goes. It's funny because like there's an area down south where like the bridge is broken because of the war and you can't get across. But if you go there and talk to the soldier, he's like, some frog just swam across here. He swam to the other side. So then I went back up where we came from. We went back to our own time, and then we got through. I was actually just playing this now. There was just a really cool scene where Luca's like, I gotta go do some work. You go take Marl back to the castle. So you take her back to the castle, and like they immediately assume that you kidnapped her. So there's like a really funny trial scene.
The trial, yep.
Trial. And like he just asked you a bunch of questions, and then I was found guilty, and I was locked up, and I woke up in the thing.
You were found guilty? I've never been found guilty in that trial.
So I was
in the most fair trial I've ever seen in my life. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Oh, okay.
You're always guilty.
Okay. Because I was wondering, because they give you multiple options, like multiple dialogue options for like what you want to say, because it's like a prosecution, so you have the chance to answer. And I was wondering if that affects it at all.
I believe it's totally rigged. I don't think you actually.
Okay.
I don't think. Or I wonder, there might be maybe a way to get the not guilty plea, but they might still just throw you in jail anyways.
Yeah.
Because like clearly, it's like just clearly rigged against you.
You know what I like too is that
Chancellor.
I feel like they started calling up witnesses and stuff, and they were based on things I either did or did not do in the town. So like I stole the guy's chicken, and he was like, did you steal anything? And I was like, I've never stolen anything. And he was like, that's a lie. We have a witness.
And the guy came up and
was
actually
like,
get Ace Attorney.
Lunch.
Yeah, you get Ace Attorney, dude. Yeah. It actually, dude, the game, you'll see that. Like, the game actually is so. That's one of the reasons why people like. There's so many big Chrono Trigger fans, and they say it's like one of the best games, like one of the best RPGs made. There's so much continuity in like all of the NPC dialogue, and like what's really cool too is like because you go into different time periods, you'll go to the same area. There might be an NPC, and it's like the descendant of the older NPC. You know what I'm saying? And like they'll always they might make like a little reference somehow. Like you can like it's cool. You can almost track where you have changed and impacted time, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. It's actually a phenomenal concept for a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see you're getting close to the freeform beginnings of the game.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see what you do.
Yeah, before I went, I did a little bit of a detour before I went to the castle. I took the ferry down to Poré. And I was talking to some people there, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, it's so sad. Oh, there was like some monster playing the piano, and you can request songs." He was when you do the lively and upbeat song, I was jamming so hard to that song.
The music's so good, bro.
There's a guy in there that was like, "Oh, it's so sad. 400 years ago, this lady died trying to protect the forest north of here, and then you go north of there and it's really sad music and there's no forest. It's just totally wiped out." So I'm excited to see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. Interesting. I see.
I'm excited to see what that leads to. But yeah, basically I'm in the prison and that's it. But I'm really loving it so far, and I'm starting to really get a hold of the combat, because this is my first real-time live RPG or whatever it's called.
Yep. Mm-hmm. How much I love the battle music, dude. The freaking bass.
It's awesome.
It's so good. Oh man.
Yeah.
That song slaps.
So I'm starting to get a hang of it. I still kind of just need to certain things I need to pay attention to while they're happening, but I do love just the moves, and because I've started unlocking some of the abilities and stuff, and the joint, the two-person abilities.
The dual techs,
they're so cool.
Yeah, dude, they do a really good job of again, everything is phenomenal in that game. I can't. Oh man, there's next episode. I guarantee you, I'll be really excited because they're a little bit more. We open up. Like I said, once I think you hit that freeform aspect that I'm talking about, it'll be cool. I can't wait for you to say something. There's something I know you're gonna say soon, and I can't wait for you to talk about this person.
All right. why don't we get into our topics of the day here? So what do we?
Yeah,
I got a little list. We'll see what we touch on because we have a few things that we could talk about. But first and foremost, well, actually, you know what? What do you want to talk about first?
So let's talk about the interesting clash of gaming and celebrity culture that has happened in the world.
All right.
For anyone that doesn't go on social media at all, ever in the past week, Nintendo at the last Nintendo Direct just randomly dropped a bomb on us. They announced a animated Mario movie to come out in 2022. And they added some pretty star-studded cast members to voice these iconic characters that we are used to.
It's nuts. Did you watch the Direct live?
I did not actually. I actually did not watch the whole thing of it. I've seen like little clips now, and I've seen so many meme clips of like the actor photo shot and the little like Mario or like whatever it might be. I've been seeing so many memes of like that, which has been really funny.
So I was watching this live and like immediately once the first thing happened, I was like, "That's weird." And then they kept going, and I was like, "What in the world is happening?"
Punching you, they keep.
I was like, "What world do we live in?"
So
why don't you read off the cast of the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie?
I will read off the cast of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So, to start, in order from IMDb, we have Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. That's probably going to be one of the more unfamiliar names, solely because she's a really good actress on Peaky Blinders and on the new, or not, it's kind of new, but The Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
I think she's starting to get a pretty big following because of those. She's also she's in The Witch, 100%. And she was in Split. She's really good.
Yeah, she's really, really good actress. But so she's going to be playing the voice of Princess Peach. We have, apparently Marvel's not big enough for him. Chris Pratt is going to be the voice of our main Italian plumber, Mario. Yeah. Voiced by It's Always Sunny in Luigi Delphia. We have Charlie Day, which is Charlie from Sunny, as Luigi, the brother, which I've seen so many memes for, and I absolutely love the memes.
Yeah.
We have my personal favorite pick, Jack Black as Bowser, which is I think is really funny. I think it's a great idea.
What a choice.
What a choice. Dude, what a choice. We have Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, which makes me smile. I can't say that without smiling.
Very goofy.
So some newer ones that I didn't realize till I was reading this, but Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong.
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen, thank you. He is, he's the straight to jail guy from Parks and Rec. If you guys don't know, that's all I know him anyways.
Dude, Fred Armisen is hilarious. He's in so many things.
I know. I've seen him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and stuff like that too. I've heard he's a really good comedian. I mean, he definitely makes me laugh in the things I've seen him in. Mm-hmm. We have Kevin Michael Richardson as the voice of Kamek. We have Keegan Michael Key, Aaron, substitute teacher guy, as the voice of Toad.
That's crazy.
Charles Martinet, which is the actual voice of the Mario cast, is going to be in the movie. It seems like he is not the voices that we know, but
they said he's going to be making cameos in he's going to be making various appearances doing, small cameo things. So like at least it's good that he's involved.
I think so too. I think it's a little weird, but I think so too. I wonder if this is like almost the equivalent of like any movie that does like a weird timepiece of somebody that's still alive. Do they just you know what I mean? They have somebody else playing the person.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's what this is right now. Yeah. It's like, like Charles, you've been the voice of Mario for over 50 years or whatever the hell garbage. We appreciate you so much, and that's why Chris Pratt is gonna voice your character. And they'd be like, oh my god, wait, what'd you say? Like
yeah, right.
It's just like it's just crazy. It's actually crazy. And then also last but not least, unfortunately I don't know who this is, so I feel bad, but Sebastian Maniscalco is the voice of Spike. Pretty cool. Yeah. But obviously, just honestly, the craziest thing was when Chris Pratt literally knocked me to the floor. But when I saw Charlie Day's,
that was the first one.
Like yeah, exactly.
But going over these, I want to ask you kind of what your opinion is. What are the standouts, and which ones do you think might not work. And kind of like my immediate question after this, because like I said, I was watching this and I was like, what acid trip insane world are we living in right now where Chris Pratt is playing Mario?
I totally agree. I think Chris Pratt is probably the weirdest one. I think Chris Pratt and Charlie Day are just so strange. I mean, so like at this point, I saw this hilarious meme on Twitter. I'm going to repeat it right now. I think Nintendo in Japan literally Googled the word white actor and just took the top 5 people they found.
Found one of the 4 Chris's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what they did. They probably literally Googled funny white actor, and they got Jack Black, Chris Pratt, and Charlie Day from just different respective levels of comedy.
Seth Rogen.
And then they got Seth Rogen. Yeah. Okay, they Googled white funny actor, haha. Yeah. Like I'm assuming, and they got this killer cast. I mean, who knows? It could be crazy good. Like, it could just be like a good nostalgia. Wow.
So that's the thing is that like I don't know. That my immediate question was like, what's the deal here? Are they gonna be like just them doing their voices, or are they gonna be trying to impersonate these characters that have had voices for like 25 years? You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that's kind of like, is Chris Pratt going to be doing a Mario impression, or are we just going to be seeing Chris Pratt's voice come out of Mario?
So supposedly he is. Supposedly he's worked on a voice. I watched a little Instagram video that he posted right after the announcement of him saying, this is super crazy. He was talking about this funny little story that he stole a penny out of a wishing well. And wished for an SNE for like a Nintendo or something for Christmas one time, and he to play Mario, and now he's like the voice of Mario, and he it was so funny, like in his really Chris Pratt voice, he just like has like the camera really tilted down like an adult looking thumb, and he's like, "It's a me, Mario." That's not the voice. That you have to watch the movie to hear the voice. Like I worked on it, I promise. Yeah. But like it was like super monotone. It's like, "It's a me, Mario."
It's a me, Mario.
Yeah, literally.
Chris Pratt, that's probably the one I'm a little weird about, because Chris Pratt has like, he's a questionable guy apparently. I guess he's done some weird things, so
I guess there's some interesting things about.
Yeah, I don't know so much about Chris Pratt, but honestly, everything else I'm so goddamn excited for. Like Bowser, Jack Black as Bowser, that's something that like that was just floating in the ether somewhere. And just once it was brought into realization, it's just
Kung Fu Bowser.
Of course, Jack Black as Bowser. Who else would be Bowser? Like, that's perfect.
I think hearing Seth Rogen's laugh through Donkey Kong's lips is going to be the funniest thing
that's
I've
another
ever
one.
Heard in
I have
my
no
life.
clue. That's just going to be funny. I don't know what that's going to be like.
I can't wait to see. Like, I only wonder how Seth Rogen is going to throw one pot reference into this movie. But I'm really curious to see how he does it.
And I'm also super excited for. I love Charlie Day, and I love It's Always Sunny.
Me
too. I think he would do a very good Luigi.
Listen,
he's no Johnny Legs, but
he does a pretty good high pitched voice already. Yeah. So like, I feel like honestly, you know what I'm really mad at? The perfect Mario would have been Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito and Charlie Day as Mario and Luigi.
People have been saying that, but Danny DeVito's way too old now. People think of Danny DeVito and they think of like Hercules' voice, Danny DeVito. They think of like the Penguin Danny DeVito. But that was a long time ago.
I think every single script ever written in history could be pieced together from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Clips with Frank. Imagine just Mario. Imagine Mario just comes in and Jack Black.
So anyway, I start shooting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So anyways, I start blasting. Oh my god, that would be amazing. But yeah. I'm pretty flabbergasted. I also saw a very funny clip of the substitute teacher, but it was Toad's voice. The entire thing was Toad's voice.
I want to see Keegan-Michael Key do a Toad voice.
Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key. A sassy Toad is going to be awesome. Right. Oh my god.
So overall, you're positive about this. You're excited about these guys, right?
So I'm much like the Sonic movie. I'm in it for the memes. Let me tell you, the train ride I'm taking I'm in it for the memes. I know the memes are going to be great.
Sonic movie was good.
The Sonic movie, I had really average expectations, and it beat it Like Jim Carrey was hilarious as Eggman.
Yep.
Made me actually laugh, like genuinely, like surprise laughs, which is awesome. Which is jokes, like that's the type of comedy you want.
Yeah.
So like what I'm truly afraid of is that the studio that's animating it is the same studio as Minions.
Me.
So I'm afraid of Despicable Mario. I'm really afraid of like despicable looking Mario, or like a Toad that just looks like a minion. You know what I mean? Like I really like I hope the animation style is like, I don't know. I really hope it just they don't do anything crazy. I hope they just really keep it the way Mario should look. Like I feel like
I
it's
kind
just
of never assumed it would be anything different. I kind of assumed it would just be like the regular 3D Mario renders that we know. But I mean, that's kind of a good point. You never really know because they haven't shown anything. So it could be some weird
like
stylized thing.
If nobody remembers anymore, Sonic when it first came out, that trailer was atrocious. Sonic? The Monster Sonic.
Dude, the virtual theater guys love Monster Sonic.
Oh no, virtual theater guys can get out of here. They can spring off back to Green Hill Zone. Like, oh my god, that thing was disgusting.
So the other before we move on to our next topic, the only other thing is that this has, like anything Nintendo does, this has kind of caused some controversy. And I want to hear what your take is on the whole celebrities taking roles in animated movies thing. Because some people feel like they're kind of like pushing voice actors whose job it is to do voice acting kind of out of the industry, because they're just kind of like, oh, Mario movie, how are we going to sell this? Let's just get, relevant celebrities.
So I think it's like that's so as of recently, I will admit I have not had the best consumer to relationship with Nintendo. Not really a fan of what they've been doing right now.
We'll get to that. We'll get
to that at some point. And so to me, this just like literally just looks like crazy corporate greed. So like that's like I really don't. I totally agree with everything you just said. I think voice actors are voice actors for a reason. They show like those people work so much harder. Like one of my favorite people that's an actor and a voice actor was Robin Williams. Robin Williams was literally one of the greatest, most like emotional impact, voice actors. He could literally, you could close your eyes and he could just do all of his voices and it would just make a story from those voices alone. And that's an incredibly powerful skill to have. And I feel like, I don't know how well they're going to do, but I feel like they're not going to be nearly as good as like Charles Martinet maybe could have done. I mean, I feel like talking that much would be really hard. But
it's funny you mentioned Robin Williams, because I've been hearing people. This is a reference I've been hearing people talk about in relation to this. Robin Williams in Aladdin as the genie. That was basically the start of this trend of hiring celebrities to be in animated movies, because they picked him. And he was originally reluctant because he was like, he was a huge celebrity at the time, and he was like, I don't want Disney to use me to promote the movie. And that was kind of his like, I'll do it.
His whole stance about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it if they don't do that. And then they did that. And apparently he had a pretty bad relationship with Disney after that, because they kind of went back on their word a little bit.
Yeah, but, I know.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, because I get that. I understand like that it's shitty to just hire celebrities when there are voice actors out there, but this is the first Mario movie they've done since the
Since you mean the iconic masterpiece of like 1992 with the fungus.
That's a great movie, but I'm just saying
it is a great movie.
That movie horribly underperformed, and as a result, Nintendo hasn't wanted to do anything like this for a very long time. And this is like, they've never really taken a swing like this in a very long time. So is there a world where they don't hire well-known people to voice the characters? Like, in my mind, there were only two possibilities. Is one, they have the exact same voice actors from the games, which would be Charles Martinet and whoever they have to do, like Peach and Daisy and stuff, or they hire celebrities. You know?
I agree. I see what you're talking about, because it is definitely different. I think it's hard bringing any video game to a movie setting, because it's two different mediums of story that you're trying to show. You have to do different things. You know, you have to guide people's hands more in a movie compared to a game. So like,
well, exactly. Like also, so like you need someone who's going to be able to play the character and do a lot of talking, do a lot of dialogue. Which
I totally agree. So like my big issue with it personally is that I think this is a very big Lego movie approach where every single freaking character that was in the Lego movie was just a special guest voice actor, and you were more like watching the movie to hear like, oh, I know that guy. Oh my God, I know that guy. And like there would be all those little moments like that. What I'm afraid of. It all depends on their performance, right? So like for all we know, 2 months after this movie comes out, we keep talking about how freaking perfect Chris Pratt is as Mario and how he was destined to be Mario. Who knows? But like I think personally, I think they were picked way more for their celebrity fame than necessarily their proper skill set in terms of what they might be doing. Like I feel like there probably could maybe what my question is, how many people auditioned for this? Did they just get handpicked for this? I'm assuming they did, and they only got handpicked for it because they're who they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like if people auditioned for it, that might be totally different. Who knows? Maybe there are a bunch of people did it and they really did win out. But I have a feeling that was not the first intention with these.
No, I definitely think you're right. It's like it is a. I mean, just looking at this cast, you can tell that they were like, let's pick relevant people who are gonna sell the movie. And I'm not denying that that's the case. But my thing is just like, it's Nintendo. Like we know Nintendo. In what world were they going to be like, hey, let's give Joe Schmo, unknown voice actor, a shot at being Mario? You know?
You see, I mean, like, so listen, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think Nintendo being shitty as a habitual reason for them to be like, yeah, of course they're going to do this. They're Nintendo. Like, I still would be mad at that.
I don't mean because I just mean because they're a corporation and they're trying to pick someone who's literally going to be representing their mascot. And they did it once before, and they really did not like the outcome. So in my mind, there is no scenario where Doug Bowser is like, hey, you know what? Let's just hold auditions, and whoever the best voice actor is that we find, let's just let them play Mario. I think in their mind, they're only approaching this from like let's do this in a way that we know, even if it's not good, it's going to succeed. You know, because even if it's bad, I think that's a
horrible approach. I think it's a horrible thing to do to my childhood.
Well, like, sure, but they're a company. Like that's what they're gonna. That's just the world we live in.
I know, and I like, yeah, which is why I'm saying I'm not gonna let that slide in my opinion, at least in my opinion of it. Because like personally, what stinks about it is that like I think Mario has grown so far as a mascot of video games that he's not even a video game character anymore. He's just a character, and that's what I think it is. It's like this movie is clearly being. This character is being sold for a whole family, for the dad and the mom to know because they played the games when they were kids. Yeah. But I feel like the kids don't actually appreciate Mario in that way, and I feel like this movie is just targeted more for like family and ticket sales, like in that way, and not for again, I would love it to be like the tried and true video game character just brought into a movie setting, telling the story that I'm used to. You know, like I think what stinks is I feel like there's going to be so many like I feel like it's just gonna be a family fun movie this summer, but just Mario flavored. That's what I'm ready for it to be. It's like probably, Nintendo's trying to like throw like a Mickey Mouse almost, a Japanese Mickey Mouse, like into the world where there's gonna be so much Mario content like at Kmart that's not even about like games anymore. It's just Super Mario movie, Mario plushie,
we're already
Super Mario movie, Mario cap.
We're already there. How many people do you know buy and wear Mario merch that don't?
I know,
like diehard Mario
fans. Well, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck, but I feel like that's just the nature of. The nature of the beast, I think.
So I guess like to me, I just hope that the movie is actually going to feel like it's Mario. That's really what I hope for.
Well, see, the thing is, the only thing that gives me hope is that like seeing things like Jack Black as Bowser, and like Charlie Day as Luigi. Those make sense and they click in my head. They make sense. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think pretty much all these people, they're just being like, hey, let's find a noteworthy celebrity to throw in these roles, but I don't think it's completely thoughtless. Hopefully we'll see if Chris Pratt does, like you said, if 2 months after this movie comes out and we're all coming out being like, wow, Chris Pratt really nailed it as Mario, then we'll probably have to eat some crow. But that, who knows how likely that is that will happen, but I do think that there was at least some thought put into this. And also, they are celebrities, but first and foremost, they are also actors. So it's not like they're going to be like, hell yeah, we did it. Now we don't have to do shit anymore. Like, I feel like Jack Black's going to bring it and really try and be the best Bowser. He can, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're going to bring some integrity to it, even if Nintendo won't.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. So from that perspective, my best example of what may or may not happen would be like a season finale of Game of Thrones situation, where I think the actors did a great job they poured their heart out into what they did, but what they had to do, like the writing and the lines and everything they had to do, feckin' sucked, bro. Like it was clearly really, really, really lazy. And imagine if it's just gonna I don't know. I can't even think of I can't think of like a generic enough thing, but I can
Well, I know what you mean. Like the crappiness of the underlying thing could overshadow it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
If there's not enough content for them to provide their acting chops, then it's all for nothing.
Yeah. What I'm waiting for is some stupid thing where Mario is looking for the rare fire flower that'll power him up. Like something that's it's almost too slice and niched, or something there's not enough content. And honestly, content's a good way to describe it. I hope
not enough meat on them bones.
Yeah, I really hope they put a lot of really good references to it. Not necessarily retro video game references, but I hope they put they use a lot of Mario, a lot of different Mario power-ups, or things that. I really hope I hope they just put some thought into it. I hope it's not just, again, the mascot character, him and Luigi running around, they have to save Peach, and they I don't know. I hope it's not a weird Wreck-It Ralph transmigration of Mario for a story. Who knows? I mean, again, who knows? I think maybe I'm probably just being negative because, again, I've been very biased against Nintendo recently.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling they're just going to totally mess this up because they just want money. And that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. So that could easily not be the actor's fault. It could just be how it goes. They're also getting paid. They're trying to make a living. I get it.
Yeah. Well, on that note, what do you want to roll into next? Do you want to keep on this Nintendo hate train, or do you want to talk about something else? I think we should. I think let's roll into. Let's keep rolling into Nintendo. We're already moving into it, and it segues easier this way. So I kind of want to prompt you for this, because for those of you that don't know, for those of you that don't follow, well, Ryan is an avid P+ player. Ryan plays in tournaments.
Yeah, Project M/Project Plus, but yeah.
Ryan
P+.
plays in tournaments a lot, constantly, multiple times a week, right? Twice a week.
Yeah, I pretty much play twice a week, or unless twice randomly 3 times a week if there's a monthly tournament or a national I want to go to.
So multiple times over the past however many, a couple of years, few years maybe, there have been instances of Nintendo basically shutting down local and big tournaments because of net play stuff, right?
Nintendo. So the quickest rundown of this that I can give is Project M/Project Plus is a original mod of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the third Smash Bros. Game for the Wii console. It was modified to be more competitive. They added different characters. They added different movesets. Overall, just tried to polish the game up, tried to make the game better from a competitive aspect. Whole community really loves the game, loves playing it all the time. Me most definitely included in that. And many years ago, right before Smash 4 was coming out, there was a huge tournament. I actually don't remember the exact name of the tournament. I believe it was Apex, but I could be totally wrong on what tournament it was. But long story short, giant tournament. PM at the time was the biggest Smash game ever. It was huge. Every Melee player was playing it. Brawl, unfortunately, flopped like crazy, which is why PM pretty much came out to be. And everybody loved the game. Huge game. It was going amazing. I think it's the day before or the weekend before this huge tournament is about to happen. Nintendo puts their first cease and desist on the streaming company and says, drop PM right now, or we will not ever have a chance of ever supporting you in any future events related to our Nintendo products. And the company at the time that did this, I don't blame them still to this day. They really wanted sponsors from their giant conglomerate company that could have, helped them, spiral their business into, Smash esports. So they totally killed PM. They also didn't get any help from Nintendo because Nintendo hates the competitive community with a seething rage, and I do not understand why. But so that happened in 2017. PM was a quote-unquote dead game for a very long time. During quarantine, all of the Smash communities finally was they just gave P Plus a big hug because P Plus came out and they said, we are so sorry that we hurt you guys, and we're going to let you back into our majors. So all these majors started getting announced. Like 4 back-to-back got announced with PM/P Plus in the major main stage of these games. And PM was coming back, which is amazing. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks before the first major, Riptide in Ohio, was going out, Nintendo once again cease and desisted the tournament, telling them to get rid of all Project Plus tournament. They couldn't even have a single setup. They said no tournament. They said no game can run Project Plus in that venue during that weekend. Or they would shut it all down. Like, they wouldn't let them stream it or, make money from it. So they had to get rid of it. And unfortunately, that caused a chain reaction of every single major that we were going to be in has now backed out or has gotten cease and desisted from Nintendo, which sucks major balls. Yeah. It's been an absolute wild, depressing ride. I was going to go to Riptide. I didn't get to go. I didn't go to the Secret Shadow tournament. But the cool thing about PM, my quick shout out to PM, is that every time this happens, we quite literally, in the tiniest amount of time possible, shout outs to all the TOs that do this. They literally make an entire major. They just find a different venue. They get everything set up. Everybody brings their own TVs and setups, and we just literally make our own goddamn tournament right next door. Like a mile down the road, there's just coincidentally another tournament next to this major tournament going on. And that's kind of what's happened for some of these other ones. There's an event going on right now as we're recording this called Low Tide City, in Texas, and unfortunately they had to drop P Plus out of their tournament. But if you guys are over in Texas, there is a tournament that's going on right now called Shipwrecked, which will may or may not be playing a game closely related to Super Smash Bros. Totally nothing I would know about. But it's going to be really fun. I really wish a lot of my friends good luck. But so unfortunately, I've had a very, very negative opinion about Nintendo right now. What I wanted to get into about all this is Nintendo seems to do this. They seem to take very close attention to P Plus or PM or mods in general of Smash Bros. Whenever they have big news that's coming out for their current Smash game, because they don't want anything to take away from their current Smash game. And so, in Smash Bros. Ultimate, the last final DLC character is coming out. The last time we get to speculate on who is coming out, which is a very big moment.
It's like is that there's going to be a new Sakurai Presents where he's going to reveal and display the character on the 5th of October.
On the 5th of October, which is coincidentally the same exact release date as the new platform fighter that's coming out, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, and everyone is just accusing Nintendo of literally they just wanted to release their character on the day it comes out to try to draw hype away from another platform fighter because Nintendo is just they do not care. They pull all low blows. It's crazy. It's mind blowing. But anyways. So there's a lot of speculation going on about this final character for Smash Bros. I actually have some things I want to talk about it because it almost pretty much is guaranteed. People have said that it's pretty much been leaked. The last character's kind of been leaked, almost confirmed at this point. I don't really want to say maybe, and usually whenever this happens, whenever Nintendo does crazy stuff, they all of a sudden release crazy big news that makes everybody jump back to their side. So like they killed these Splatoon tournaments a couple months ago, like absolutely murdered these Splatoon tournaments. And then like 2 weeks later, Sephiroth comes out and the entire world lost their minds because nobody ever thought Sephiroth would ever be in Smash. And it was so cool. I was so mad. I popped off and I shouldn't have done it because I knew they were coming for me next. I didn't know at the time, but I did know in my soul. And it hurt. It hurt, man. Like Sephiroth was so cool.
With popping off because Sephiroth
everything is wrong with popping off in Nintendo. It is always morally and ethically correct to pirate Nintendo games. It's all like you're never in the wrong. You'll never get arrested. Take my word on it. Take me to court. I'm just kidding. So I think this leak is very valid because this is quite literally the most break the internet character for Smash since it's like dawning. I feel like there's only one more that I would say is more like memed on and like break the internet level,
why
but
don't
they won't do it.
Let's
give the people
who it is. Quick spoiler warning potential spoiler warning if this leak turns out to be true. Just real quick, if you don't want to hear it, then skip ahead and I don't know, a few minutes.
Yeah. Do you know who it is? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I saw a thing. Well, I didn't read into it, but I saw like a little preview thumbnail thing that said it was potentially leaked that had Sora.
Yes. Sora from Kingdom Hearts has been the quote-unquote leaked final character for Smash Bros.
People have... I would have... honestly, that probably would have been one of my predictions, if not, even if there was no leak, because I feel like that was... People had been asking for it. People had been hoping that he was going to be one. And it does make sense. That is a huge crossover.
Huge crossover. Again, it's definitely like one of I would say aside from Goku, which has always been like the Goku for Smash kind of thing. That's not. But that's what I'm saying. Is like that's the only other one that's quote unquote more break the internet worthy, I would say. But it wouldn't ever happen. But Sora after Cloud and especially after Sephiroth, Sora really was like the other one where everyone's like, oh my god, please Sora for Smash, Sora for Smash Bros, Sora for Smash Bros, all the time. It
has been.
It's always been a major guest in every Smash Bros DLC since Smash Bros.
Very
4.
true.
They've guessed Sora always as a joke every time. And so the big thing that people say is super true is that on 4chan about like 4 or 5 months ago, somebody posted that they said that I work for the Disney Music Studio, the subsidiary of Disney that does all their music. Nintendo requested a bunch of Kingdom Hearts songs for a digital event on October 5th. That's what he posted. And he goes, Sora for Smash. That was the entire post. Sure. And that's a pretty, again, who knows? This could be a total meme post.
You never know, got it right, because like there's always stuff like that. Like, do you remember the, what the heck was it? Do you remember like the Grinch leak or whatever? What was that for? Was that for Smash?
The Grinch leak? I don't think so. I don't know.
There was some leak where someone was claiming either it was a leak for some game that was coming out or it was a leak for the next Smash fighter. And they posted like pictures or screenshots. They claimed that they worked for some marketing company that was preparing marketing materials for this, and they had in the background, like underneath the stuff they were working for, they had like also marketing materials for the new Grinch movie that was coming out at the time. Because remember that animated Grinch movie came out a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
So that was a big leak, and then it turned out to be fake. And it's just like the point of this is saying like take all of this with a grain of salt, because like Joe Schmo can say like I work here, I have this. My uncle works in Nintendo. That's the big one.
Yeah. So what? So I was watching.
It could be. You never know. It could just be garbage.
Totally.
It could just be coincidence. It could be real.
Yeah. One of the the big video that I was watching before this, that I was talking mostly about it, I think was Hungrybox's video that he was talking about. And he made some good points. I guess if you're picking a fake job, this is kind of like a good niche, not really thought about job that would somehow reveal something like this, as well as they got the date totally right. They didn't even just say like there wasn't a lot of vagueness to it. It was quite literally Nintendo requested Kingdom Hearts songs for an event on the day the Smash Bros. Character comes out.
Yeah.
Like there's like almost nothing else you could if that information is true, there's nothing else you could assume. But obviously this is all speculation. We all have no idea who it's going to be. I'm super curious
but that's
still.
the thing. Even just thinking about that, this is all sitting in the easy chair, complete speculation, because I really don't know anything about how this works. But why would they request music for the day of the reveal? Because they need to acquire the rights for those songs to just put them in the game in general, and they're going to put them in the. Oh, is the guess that it's going to go live on the 5th? So that's why
it'll probably So that might be the guess, because he's been doing that recently. Sakurai's been it's released right now
tonight.
You can go play it after this.
That's part of my. I also believe that that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be like, this fighter is gonna be available tonight, or if not tonight, literally tomorrow or the next day. Or something.
But and so also when you think about it too, in terms of that requesting thing, they have to request for the earliest date it's going to be debuted on something Nintendo owns. So the Nintendo Direct, or the character that Sakurai presents, would be the earliest time frame that the music would be to the public. You know what I'm saying? Like the public would be.
I guess.
I
don't. Well, I don't know, because like is that really true? Because then if that were the case, that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense to me. Because then in the development of Super Smash Bros., you're telling me they didn't have to acquire the rights to all the music in that game until the music was revealed in a trailer or the game was released. Like that doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, so I guess what I'm saying is like they could have in like a contract or an acquiescence for getting these songs, they could have literally, put down what they're planning on doing with this music. Like, let us please use the soundtrack we are going to be putting it into, and then listing off the things that they're going to do. And again, like that that digital event could be the earliest point that they need the music
that
by,
they need
quote
it,
unquote.
But they do need it before then. It's just not being revealed to the public.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of why, because they still need to program it into the game and have it available so that they, once they do release the character, they just release the software update. And I don't know. Maybe that is how it is. Maybe it's just once it becomes available to the public, that's when they need the rights. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like we're both kind of arguing the law that we both don't know. Yeah. So I really don't. I
object.
I get where you're coming from as well. But I think a lot of times I think it's one of those things where the reason why you would want to get copyrights is so that way Disney wouldn't just instantly sue Nintendo when they figured out that they had their music without their permission. You know what I mean? So wouldn't that date correlate with Disney in the sense would be on the side of the public of seeing when it comes out? So I feel it'd be like the time the media comes out, which would be the digital event. And I guess I'm trying to figure out why they would pick October 5th again, unless it's fake. I know what you're saying, because if it's just fake information, they somehow found.
That's the connection in my head, is that like that's the only thing that could point to it being fake, is they picked October 5th because they found out that there was going to be a direct, and
but that's the thing. So the direct for this got announced during the Nintendo Direct, like in September. They said, hey, we're now doing a Sakura Presents on a different date, October 5th. And this was predicted 6 months before this Direct.
6 months, really?
Yeah, it's like posted in like April or March of this year.
Wow.
Is the 4chan article. Actually, I was looking at it earlier. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, July 30th. Actual info here. I work for Disney Music. Nintendo called last week to request rights to several tracks from Kingdom Hearts to use in a digital event on October 5th. That's the supposed 4chan, post anyways.
Gotcha.
But, like, again, I think personally, some of the things that to me make sense on is, they want to take away from any other game as possible, and I feel like the best way to do that is to make it so, again, break the internet worthy that everybody is like, oh my god, we have to play Sora right now. We have to play Sora right now.
I don't know. I think that's kind of nefarious to just be like, oh, same day. Oh, they're being.
Oh my god, I think you're insane if you don't think that.
I mean,
1000%.
The new Doom game and Animal Crossing came out on the same day, and that ended up being one of the most beautiful marriages of video game
You're absolutely
IPs
right,
that,
but Nintendo has specifically gone after things that are in competition with it directly. 1000%.
Yeah, but
I'm like a living testament to it.
Yes, and that's crappy, but that's not a Nintendo thing. That's all companies do that because it makes sense.
No, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Is I'm saying they literally are PRing it on the day a competitor is releasing a product similar to their product.
Sure.
So after hearing when the release date is, they that's what I'm saying that. I'm agree. Like, why are you disagreeing with me?
I'm saying I get why they're doing that, and you're saying that it's shitty. It's like the worst thing.
It is shitty.
Like, it makes sense.
That is shitty. I mean, why? So like, I it's interesting that you like that. I mean. I'm not saying that it's illegal. I'm just saying that it's just shitty. Like, that's all I'm saying.
It is shitty.
I think that's just like, I think that's a low blow.
It is pretty shitty.
That's just, that's all it is. Like, I mean, again, like, Nintendo can still do what they want. I'm not trying to like say like they have to change the date. I just think, in my personal opinion, I think that's shitty.
Yeah.
And they're just clearly trying to knock another studio down.
What I mean is that, like, when I see stuff like that happening, I'm not like, oh, it doesn't affect my view of Nintendo. It more just makes me be like, that's shitty that companies do that.
I guess. I mean, I think your nostalgia for Nintendo is literally Stockholm syndrome you into not ever. I feel like you're saying Nintendo can't do anything wrong. Anything Nintendo does is just whatever other
wrong.
Companies have done.
That's what I'm saying. It is wrong, but it's like if another company, I don't know. It's just so many companies do awful shit like that it doesn't really phase me.
I mean, it's just marketing wars. Like, exactly. I mean, what I'm complaining about is just marketing. Like, again, it's not anything new, but it still, to me, doesn't change that. I think it's it was just a thing that they do. It just doesn't surprise me. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, it just doesn't surprise me at all. To me, I just think I guess I think it's nefarious. Yeah. Like, I think, again, I don't know. My Twitter is pretty much now based around every time I see Nintendo, it's a negative side of, like, spotlight right now. So to me, it just seems to add on to it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. So let's talk about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl then.
There's some passion in this. I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. I honestly don't like. I'm not putting Nintendo up on a pedestal. I just feel like it's like anytime they do anything, people are like, Nintendo's the worst, and it's like, this is the world we live in. It's not like Nintendo. They're not the scapegoat. People want to make them the scapegoat, but they're not. This shit is happening all over.
They're very imperial about how they feel about their products, which is
they're a very traditional company. Let's say
they're
a very traditional corporation.
But anyway, so let's roll off Nintendo for a little bit. Let's cool it down.
So SpongeBob and Patrick fighting.
Yeah, so SpongeGar and Patar are fighting it out. So guys, again, speaking of childhood stuff, Super Smash Bros. Or platform fighters has become such a fun, popular game type. And honestly, I've talked about it a bunch. I've talked about it with Cartoon Network as well. But like, I think this is a really cool idea of Nickelodeon characters in a platform fighting game.
Yeah. This is like really cool. This is like back in the day, back like before Brawl came out, when like people would Photoshop those like fake rosters of like their dream Smash people, and it'd be like SpongeBob, Patrick, Reptar, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like all these people where you look at it and you're like, they would never get in. That's crazy.
Yeah, they would never do it.
That's
what
I totally it feels
agree.
Like.
And that's exactly, and it's so cool. And I think it's really, really neat of them to do. But so it's an upcoming, fighting crossover game, is what they call it. It's developed by Ludosity, which is the company that made the other platform fighting game called Slap City, which unfortunately a lot of platform fighters have pretty tiny communities. Like Smash Bros. Quite literally just trumps everything in terms of fighting games. But Slap City actually is a really, really good development team that made a very clean, very smooth feeling game. If you've ever played Slap City, I recommend it. I've only played it a little bit, but it's actually a very fun game. If you really like the type of combat, very, very smooth, very fun game. And so I've been seeing a lot of videos about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and it seems like the animations are pretty crispy, pretty clean, which is really cool. It seems like it's going to be a pretty fluid and fun fighter to play.
I was watching some videos today.
They have some
of the
amazing
gameplay stuff. Yeah, so why don't we go through a list of all the characters? Because I think that's kind of like the big... When I first saw this game, I was like, that's... Like, there's positive and negative feelings, because I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, so they're just taking Smash Bros. And adding Nickelodeon characters, and it feels a little bit lazy, but, like, upon watching, like, some more in-depth stuff about the gameplay and how it's actually going to work, like, they've clearly... put a good amount of thought into it. There's some crazy stuff that you can do in this game, it looks like.
Dude, SpongeBob can wave dash, boys. Let's go. It's so cool.
That's nuts.
But yeah, so actually, do you want to read them off?
Yeah, sure. All right, so here we have a list of characters, confirmed characters so far, because I think there are going to be more, right?
Yeah, so there's going to be 20 characters at launch. They actually haven't even... The game comes out in 6 days, and they haven't announced all the characters that are going to be at launch yet. And there's going to be 2 DLC characters.
Yep. So currently, we know... From the SpongeBob SquarePants show, SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Star, and Sandy Cheeks. From TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we have Leonardo, Michelangelo, and April O'Neil. From the Loud House, which is that's a little bit after our time, but I recognize it.
It's Zoomer Nickelodeon.
We have Lincoln Loud and Lucy Loud. Rugrats, we have Reptar. That's kind of
let's go Rugrats.
That's unfortunate that they don't have any of the actual Rugrats in there. That'd be awesome to bash some heads in with Tommy Pickles.
Oh my god, dude! With the screwdriver, dude, the screwdriver to people would be awesome.
From Hey Arnold, we have Helga. How do you pronounce her last name? Pataki.
Helga Pataki.
Invader Zim, we have Zim with Gur. And do you wanna read the latter half?
Oh yeah. I'll take the freaking creepo ones. The Ren and Stimpy show. We have Ren and Stimpy as like almost the Ice Climbers character. We have Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy as well. This is definitely super 90s or early 2000s for you guys. So people that there's probably people that just don't even know what those are. Look them up. I'm gonna let you know.
Classic. I love that they included the classic, some classic Nickelodeon characters in this.
They did include some classic Nickelodeon.
They reached pretty far back for this.
They did. Real Monsters. They have a Belina. From Real Monsters.
That's another
From
one.
The Wild Thornberries, they have Smashing Nigel Thornberry, which is amazing. In Danny Phantom, he's gonna catch them all because Danny Phantom is in this game.
He's Danny Phantom.
What I am super hyped for, which is probably going to be my main, we have from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the greatest Nickelodeon show to ever grace our planet. We have Avatar Aang. We have Toph Bayfong.
That's crazy. I didn't know they had Toph.
We have Korra. Yeah, Toph is a leaked character. They actually haven't announced her yet, but she's been officially leaked. But Toph is so hype. I'm so excited for Toph. And finally, as of currently confirmed, and from Cat Dog, we have Cat Dog. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a wild time here in the fighting world.
So in that list, are there any that you think like are there any that you wish like are in that 20 or you think they should have added?
Oh my god. Here? Oh my god, there are so many.
All-stars?
I'm gonna run them off really quick. There are so many that I think would have been.
I think Chucky could have been in there. Chucky or Tommy.
Chucky with Chucky Chan costume alt would have been amazing from Rugrats in Paris. So let me list them off. I would have loved My Life as a Teenage Robot. Jenny, the teenage robot, would have been amazing.
Okay.
I think Jorgen von Strangle from Fairly Odd Parents would have been amazing. Oh my god.
Wait, are there no Fairly Odd Parents?
No The only Butch
there
Hartman.
Have to be.
Nope. The only Butch Hartman one so far is Danny Phantom. There's no Fairly Odd Parents at all.
I bet they're in there. They got it.
I hope so.
Cosmo
I
and
hope
Wanda.
so. Dude, or Juan Decimo. Dude, give me a Juan Decimo and his as he flexes his shirt off. Oh my god, it'd be so good. Okay,
dude,
anyways.
Friggin' Chet You Betcha.
Oh, Chet You Betcha would be... Dude, the Crimson Chin.
Dude, the Dimsdale Dimmadome, that could be one of the stages.
Yeah, dude, or the Maxi Mini Mall. Dude, but like the Crimson Chin would be so good.
Crimson Chin? Heck yeah.
Yeah. Also, I personally, the one I want the most, I want Ultra Lord from Jimmy Neutron.
Ultra Lord.
Yeah,
are there no Jimmy Neutron characters either?
No Jimmy Neutron characters either.
That's another one they're missing.
It's really unfortunate. There's some that are just like big missing. Dude, Hugh Neutron. There's been some really funny. Dude,
my god, I love those.
There's been some really funny memes from Hugh Neutron right now.
Yeah.
Hugh Neutron's voice actor popped off recently on Twitter and just started
awesome.
voice acting a bunch of lines for people. I love that man. So cool. Dude. Who else? There was another one I was talking about with some of my friends.
I think I would love if we're going for classic. I think Angry Beavers would be a perfect fit for this game.
Yeah, I think they'd be really good too.
Or like
dude,
the
or
Kablam
Cat Scratch.
kids.
Remember Cat Scratch?
Yeah, I'm surprised there aren't any Cat Scratch reps.
Waffle Gordon or Mr. Blick, I think is what it is.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Mr. Blick or Blip or something like that.
You know what's funny? I was literally thinking about this yesterday, and I also could not remember the third. I remembered Waffle and Gordon. I couldn't remember the other one.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many good ones. But I am so excited. I honestly want to main all three Avatar characters. Pretty much so bad. They all think I think they're gonna be pretty cool. I hope they're not really zonery, but I feel like they might be.
So are you definitely gonna be buying this?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it for the 2 weeks that it's cool. Yeah, it's unfortunately I would love this. It seems like a lot of the Smash community is actually giving us a lot of hype. Like main stage, the Beyond the Summit tournament in California, just put this into their main game because they also all of a sudden have a big empty gap in their scheduling from something that randomly happened right now, so they had to fill it with something. And so Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl's in there. Let's go. So that's cool. Good for them in the end. But yeah, so there already are some crazy tournaments. HeartSwap TV, which is a big P+ streamer, they are streaming the Wave Slime Invitational. It's an invitational Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl tournament happening the weekend the game comes out. They have the biggest rivals of Aether Player, Cake Assault, the one that popped out, the one that dislocated his shoulder during the pop off. I'm not sure if you saw that video recently of that guy that did that. He won a tournament. And he literally popped off so hard he fell to the ground because he dislocated his shoulder.
Oh my
he
God.
Popped his shoulder out of his socket from
it's too hard of a pop off.
being so hyped.
When that happens,
but they actually like
do
like Mango from Melee, like a bunch of top Smash fighters have all been invited to this tournament. It's really cool. There's a bunch of huge names for this tournament, for this invitational. So that'll be really cool as well. But yeah, definitely check it out, guys. If you haven't heard about it, if you're curious, I'd be curious to guys if you guys want to share with us your favorite characters that have been missed out in this cast right now. There are so many that should be in this. So many iconic Nickelodeon characters. As a side question, I want to ask you right now, Corey, if you could make any Cartoon Network fighting game, what character would you have?
You know what's funny? Did
you not watch a lot of it?
I was going to actually pitch this as part of the episode idea. If we were to make a Cartoon Network fighting game, who would our characters be? There's already a Cartoon Network fighting game.
There's a Cartoon Network fighting game?
Look it up. It's already... Because I was excited about that. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. We could make our own one.
Punch Time Explosion?
Punch Time Explosion.
What?
Yep.
I've never heard of
Samurai Jack,
this.
Powerpuff Girls.
Dude,
Johnny
Ben
Bravo.
10. Oh, no, these are all number ones in it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What? Oh,
well, so,
Grimson.
I mean,
oh, my God.
So clearly it didn't perform that well because we've never heard of it. But, like, the fact that already exists, like, that's pretty...
No
that's
way.
Pretty dope.
I'm so mad.
Billy and Mandy, Grimm.
Dude, they just... All right, so not gonna lie, they just literally butchered so many of my, like, I was gonna surprise you picks. They butchered my Ben 10. Yep. They butchered number 1. They butchered Grimm.
Oh, I was gonna put Codename Kids Next Door in there. What makes you think I wasn't gonna put Codename Kids Next Door in there?
Dude, they butchered my Samurai Jack and the Scotsman. I was gonna say the Scotsman as, like, my superpower pick, and they even said it in this. Yeah. That's crazy. The only thing they didn't do, they didn't give my boy Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends any love.
Wilt.
My boy Wilt.
Wilt's awesome.
Wilt was a beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, I did not know about that at all. That's insane.
Pretty nuts, right?
That is actually nuts.
So like I said, earlier today I was watching quite a few gameplay videos of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and it seems pretty nuts because there's a lot of stuff you can do instead of like Smash, where it's like you have, people know how the Smash movesets work. It's like you have up moves, down moves, and mid moves. You have all 3 of those. You can do variations of light attacks, strong attacks, and special attacks, and then so that's a mixture of 9. That's like 9 different moves. Yeah, that's 9 different moves. They also all act differently in midair. You can also grab and throw people just like in Smash, and you can grab and throw people in midair. And something that there is one thing that I thought, like when I was conceptualizing it, I was like, that's kind of nuts. And the thing with Smash is when you're in the air and you're doing aerials, depending on which way you're facing and which way you move the control stick, you do your forward air or your back air. And in this game, you can choose whether or not you want your character to turn around in the air. So you could jump and do a forward air, turn around in midair and do a forward air the other way. Or you could just have your character facing one way the whole time and retreat and keep doing forward airs or back airs. I think that's pretty nuts. And then, of course, the fact that they included wave landing and wave dashing. Clearly they took a note.
There's also a bunch of, it's kind of like a Street Fighter thing where certain moves, if you punch low, you can jump over low moves.
Yeah.
Block
so
mid moves,
it's strong
you can
attacks.
Duck high moves.
It's when strong attacks collide. It depends on which input it is. It's down strong beats mid strong beats up strong beats down strong. But the cool thing is,
there's a whole rock paper scissors behind that.
Yes, but that is wicked cool. But it's not just like, say in Smash, where if like a move has super armor or something, it's not like that just beats the other one. They cause specific things. It's like when a down air trumps or a down strong trumps a mid strong, it causes like a stagger. And if a mid strong beats an up strong, it causes like a reversal,
like a pushback.
It makes the character flip around. And if an up strong beats a down strong, then it causes them to like spin out or something.
Yeah.
So this is why, because this whole time I've kind of been looking at this game as like, oh hey, maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be good, maybe it's kind of just like a cheesy Smash ripoff with Nickelodeon characters, and they were just going to use it to be like, hey, look at all these Nickelodeon characters fighting, that's fun. But until I was watching this, I was like, wow, this actually seems like there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah, like I said, Ludosity's are really a pretty good. This is not their first platform fighter, so which is pretty cool. Like I think, again, I've only gotten to play Slap City probably for maybe like 3 hours in total, randomly at like Smash Bros tournaments if they have the setup. Probably not even that much, but it's the game is very fluid. Like it's really it has a very smooth, good feel to the game if you get into the game. So I feel like Nickelodeon's gonna have the same thing. I think the nostalgia is going to carry through hopefully for a little bit longer. Yeah. I just hope that enough people play it to keep it going, because that's really the big thing. I think fighting games are so cool because it's become such a big community thing, which I think is the coolest part about these games is the whole, especially the competitive aspect anyways. So I really wish all future Nickelodeon competitors luck in their communities. I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Serb, Cannibal Serb. He is literally preparing for this game so crazy hard. Hi, Kitty. And I know he wants to really, 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 really play this game and really wants it to take off. So
wants to be the top Nickelodeon All-Star really brawler.
Bad. He really does. He's probably going to grind for way too long.
Heck yeah. That's very cool. I think it's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. And, the best part about it, the most that I was taking away out of it, because I'm not positive whether or not I'm going to get it. Because with, I love Smash, but at a certain point, I just don't have enough time to get in. Because if you want to get good at a fighting game, you need to pretty much just do that. You need to play that.
You gotta grind. I won't lie.
You gotta grind. There's some grinding. You need to play it a lot to maintain. Because I used to be, I would say that I used to be relatively good. But the second that you stop playing and you haven't played in a few weeks, it's just you forget some stuff. The fundamentals are still there, but it's your reflexes aren't what they were. And for that reason, I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to get this. But what I loved so much about this is that regardless of all the competitive aspects and how good of a competitive fighting game it actually becomes, it's just so fantastic seeing Patrick Star slamming the phone down for his move. No, this is Patrick. They have clearly put so much love into each and every move and each and every animation. When I was watching, it was I can't remember who was commentating, but it was one of the developers, one of the lead developers or something. And basically he was commentating all of the moves and giving them explanations similar to a Sakurai Presents. But he was making cheesy ass jokes, making references to the shows and stuff. And I was like, this is just so nice. Just gives me the warm and fuzzies.
So the only thing that just to be totally, truthful to everything that I know about the game, probably the biggest downside to Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl that's being out right now is that they actually have no voice acting for the game. None of the characters are going to have voice lines, which sucks.
What? That's Nigel's not going to say smashing?
No smashing.
That's garbage.
No smashing. It's unfortunately really sad. I really, really, really hope that they add it. It's an easy thing to upload and add.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I don't know if they spent all their money just getting the characters or what. But supposedly there is no smashing from Nigel Thornberry.
Smashing. That is not smashing.
It's not smashing at all.
No.
Because I really wanted some fire Toph taunts. Just to I wanted Toph to be able to specifically roast each character. I wanted character specific Toph roasts.
Like the Viridi, the Pit and Viridi and Palutena little things.
Yeah. Or Snake and Brawl. When you could get extra knowledge on everybody. I want that, but Toph just absolutely roasting.
Just roast them, yeah.
Just roasting people. Roasting SpongeBob or Patrick or something would be so fun.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Well, at least we get this lovely little fighting game world where we can see all of these characters from our childhood just duking it out.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna play it. I'll stream it a couple times. I'm gonna be pretty excited. Who knows? I'm honestly, who knows? Maybe a character's just gonna click for me, and I'm just gonna say Lucas Who, and I might just totally. What if I actually dropped it? If I dropped PM, that'd be crazy.
That would be pretty nuts. You become a professional Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
I just become the next Mango.
Yeah,
but for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Yeah, exactly.
That's
I become the Shadow Hango. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in yet again.
Thank you so much.
you can find me on Twitter at Corey Richmond and on Instagram at I don't know what it is anymore. I say something different every week. Corey Richmond 6, C Richmond 6, one of those. I don't even post on there anyway, so it's fine. But Ryan, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on pretty much all forms of social media at ShadowhawkSSB. Please follow me mostly on Twitter and Twitch. Those are my two most active social media platforms. Twitter, you see me post a lot of combos. I've been having with the exception of my last Wombat Wednesday run, that thank God I didn't stream because it was horrible because I'm having controller issues, which sucks. I tried to NASCAR pit crew my controller mid-tournament. It did not work, let me tell you. I'm holding my Tri-Wing right now to show you. It was difficult, man. I was so mad. It was not working. It was a rough time. Anyways, besides that, I've been having a great time playing Project M. I've kind of had a little bit of a plateau overcoming, and I've kind of gotten a lot better at the game all of a sudden, which is pretty cool. So I've been having some crazy wins.
Yeah, you've been popping off.
I've been winning a couple tournaments. I've been popping off. Yeah, honestly, I've been popping off. I'll just let it go. I've been popping off, boys. It's been pretty cool. I've had like a couple people now. Like I've had some Lucas fans. I had a dude that shout outs to my friend Pattern now. He loves the same fantasy books I love, which is a huge bonus. Let me tell you, probably bigger than Lucas at this point because I love fantasy books now. Again. But he literally, I challenged him to a game of friendlies like maybe a month ago now, and he popped off that I was challenging him. Like how when I first started playing was like, oh my God, I really want to play this guy that I've seen on YouTube all the time. Yeah. Like I'm that guy that he's seen on YouTube all the time. He's like looked up a bunch of my video. Like it was very humbling. It was really, really cool. Like I still feel weird about it, but like it was so nice of him. He genuinely was excited to play me specifically, which was just a really cool big heart moment for me, which felt really cool. So shout outs to my friend Pattern. It actually meant so much to me. But yeah, follow me please guys at on Shadowhawk SSB on Twitter and Twitch. I will be streaming even more very soon in light of recent life events for me. So definitely stay tuned for that, guys. You'll be seeing just some fun content. I'll probably be posting on YouTube as well once I figure out more editing stuff.
Absolutely.
But otherwise, guys, you can please follow us on Twitter at PlayerPowerPod for any updates, little questions about what we do. If you guys, again, want to communicate to us, please give us a mention on Twitter at PlayerPowerPod or, at Corey Richmond or at ShadowhawkSSB about what you think about who you want in Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, who you think the Smash Bros. Character is going to be, who you would want in an ideal Cartoon Network fighting game at this point, for all we know. Who would you want in a Disney Channel fighting game? Do you think Hannah Montana could totally beat Troy from High School Musical?
Easily.
Because I think Troy would probably, not even close actually. Hannah Montana she can down B transform into Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly.
She's the best of both worlds. It's actually too good.
Dual characters.
Yeah, it's actually too good. Oh my God. Also, right now, I just thought about it. For Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, I want Gibby from iCarly. Where's my Gibby from iCarly? That's what we're missing. We're missing Gibby.
He's not even animated. Lopez. It's just like live action Gibby.
It's just literally shirtless Gibby. Like the Gibby. Be amazing. But guys, with that being said, I really hope you guys have a good day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever you're listening to this.
Yeah, please give us a like, give us a follow, give us a whatever, wherever you're listening to this podcast. Give us some positive affirmation. Reach out to us. Any suggestions, any comments, anything like that at all. We love to hear it.
Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.